I cannot believe you just said that.
He got crucified.
You're bringing up the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in a debate about...
You think God is this, oh, no one can kill God.
What happened to him? What happened to him 3 days later?
He ran away like a little bitch.
He came back to life.
He ran away, back up to God, wah, wah. I couldn't fight the human.
Oh, have mercy. Oh, everyone rise up. Everyone, we better freak out now. Everyone will freaking out. Oh, Lord. You poked a beehive, you poked a wasp nest, you poked a hornet's nest. The anguish our people feel right now, the anguish, the people, the suicidal tensions, the intrusive thoughts to make him hit suicide right now. Cause maybe it'll come to life. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see heaven early. Early, I tell you, because it is early. Jaiden, I tell you for what it is, I will bring down the fist and wrap the hammer of God, because you have spread this heresy upon our people. Your career and your person will be ruined. You will forever be seen as a wicked wolf of Satan. And from there, my people will live in peace without the likes of you running around our town. Okay, I'm really glad I didn't overreact. I think I really kept my cool there, yeah. Now let's finish this clip. What else did Jaiden say?
They sent floods. They sent pestilence. They sent locusts.
Well, we're still here. Where's God?
You can fuck up every human if you're a god. If you're
Where's
God,
Schlatt? The humans are here. Where's God? He's still scared.
He's not scared. God is not scared.
Yes.
You should be scared of God. He's coming back soon. You ever heard of the rapture?
Define the rapture.
It's when God is going to come back and judge the living and the dead.
When's he coming back?
Some people say soon.
How long have they been saying soon?
The time has come, the time is now. May the rapture be upon ye and strike you down with all of its might. The judgment day spoken in Revelations chapter 20 verse 12 is upon us and will bring down the heresy into Satan's minions. For us holy ones, the few that remain holy, we shall be gifted a Valhalla, if you will. Well, for whom among the unholy shall be sent into the fiery pits of the underworld to burn for all eternity?
You see, usually I would be a lot more angry right now over this stuff, but I don't know, mate. Jaiden is she's just spitting, really. I don't know. Hashtag freedom of speech. Hashtag freedom of religion. Now, the point as to why I've shown this clip in the first place is to shed light on this reoccurring issue in our society. It is okay to bash on Christianity, but it's not okay to bash on Jews and Israelis and Muslims. But yeah, that's about it. Jaiden Animations can easily get away with saying stuff like this, have a few clips of her be shared around Twitter and nothing more, and then soon everyone forgets about it. But if I'm recording a podcast episode with my friend Cal, and I call him a stinky, dirty Jew, I'm the one that has to face repercussions. The Jews are the ones that killed Jesus. But we've seen this poopy with Kanye. He's just practicing his free speech and sharing an opinion of his, and I can tell what he's saying. You can see what he's saying. There are definitely better ways of saying it. That's why his career is basically over right now. And guess what? It's all good now because he watched 21 Jump Street and now he likes Jews again. That's crazy. Maybe if I find a way to pirate 21 Jump Street onto a podcast episode, I can maybe stop calling my friend Kyle a stinky, dirty Jew. Because guess what? Kyle isn't even a Jew. He's not religious at all. He hates religious people. What do you think of that? I'm the one that gets in trouble and he's the one that gets off scot-free? What the frick? All of the leftist LGBTs in bloody California can burn bloody Bibles in the street and burn bloody American flags, and it is seen as freedom of speech, but then when we call them the F-slur, it is a hate crime? Bruh. Now the moral of the story is to not commit hate crimes against anyone, be kind to everyone for their ethnicity and religion and sexuality. If you're burning an American flag or ripping up a Bible in the streets of California, it can literally be seen as the same thing as calling your people the F-slur. One is arguably worse than the other, but please can we stop pretending that these things that are not like a bad thing, like ripping up Bibles in the streets and burning American flags? Can we please just... In other news, Jeffrey Marsh and Dylan Mulvaney met up in person and they made some TikToks together, so let me just show this one single TikTok here because the other one they recorded, like, I can't find it anymore. It's not on Jeffrey's TikTok, it's not on Dylan's TikTok. I don't know how the heck this even came to be if it's not on bloody TikTok. I just saw it on bloody Twitter and I can't find it. It was taken down by the person that posted on Twitter, so I can't show it. So here's the one that I saw that still exists. Here we go.
Being vulnerable, showing a side of myself that is quote unquote imperfect, whether it's my stubble or it's my chest hair or it's, you know, having a bigger foot than a normal girl, whatever it is. Those have brought me closer to myself and to my loved ones and to my followers. And I think that's where we're starting to get at with something like TikTok. We're seeing the vulnerabilities being celebrated, the imperfections be celebrated.
So what makes those traits about you imperfections? It's the fact that you're insecure, it makes you weak, and it makes you cry over little things, I don't know. Say if someone is physically disabled and they have to roll around in a wheelchair, that means they can't get a normal job, like working on a construction site, being a police officer, being a firefighter, you know, all that stuff that kids want to be when they're young. And so, let's say, hypothetically, we have those people that are in those wheelchairs, you know, they're being celebrated for being in a wheelchair, and now they could be whatever they want to be because society says it's okay. So now you got a police officer in a wheelchair, a firefighter in a wheelchair, and a construction worker in a wheelchair. And so society sees this as a way to put us in the right direction and make life a lot better. You've taken these people that were never meant to have these jobs because they're physically disabled, like, well, come on, bruh. And then you're putting them in these important positions to save other people's lives and build roads, concrete, and buildings and all that. So how this compares to all the insecure people on TikTok like Dylan Mulvaney, and I guess you can include the trans community in there as a whole, I don't know. They feel insecure about who they are as a person, so they decide to change themselves and have these unrealistic aspirations that they were never meant to have in the first place because they physically cannot have those aspirations. Like, Dylan is trying to be a woman. That is not how biology works. I think we all know this. The kid with Asperger's is trying to be a public speaker, but he has the worst speech impediment you have ever heard, so I don't know why the heck he wants to be a speaker so bad. And the middle-aged man that wants to be a ballerina is being a ballerina and getting all these feminine privileges and all of these awards and ballerina stuff that usually real women would get, but now he's getting all that stuff and all that glory because he just feels a little bit insecure on the inside. So my point is, people have aspirations and dreams that are very unrealistic and they'll never be cut out for it, but society is saying, oh yeah, no, you're cut out for it. Here, let's make some room for you so that you can have a place in this world. If you were never meant to have that career or life path in the first place, you need to pick a new dream. I have a reading disability and I suck at reading. I'm a good writer, but I suck at reading other people's things. I read a thing and I cannot comprehend it. I'll read for a whole minute. I can understand maybe like 10 words out of everything I read in there. And if I wanted to be a book editor for like some publishing company, would I be able to do that? No, because I physically cannot read because I am retarded, okay? I'm so retarded I cannot do that. So how am I going to have room in that kind of space? It just doesn't work like that. Okay, let's continue.
And so if I can get to a place, especially in my transition, to say, Dylan, you are perfect just like this, and in a year with the estrogen and the surgeries or whatever, you might be different, but you're going to be perfect then too.
Oh, you see that right there? You cannot consider yourself perfect, still decide to change yourself, and be like, yeah, I'm still perfect. Because if you were perfect in the first place, why the heck did you change yourself? At some point, we all need to accept who we are and be happy with what we have. I don't know about y'all, but I kind of like having big muscles and facial hair. If I was a woman, I would be miserable. Parents are literally encouraging their kids to continue being insecure and change all this stuff about their life, go on these hormone blockers, maybe even get surgery if they don't live in Tennessee or something, to get a big pee-pee or snip off their pee-pee and all that stuff, yeah. That to me is like some of the most irresponsible parenting because children are confused as frick. They think that they're different, they don't fit in. Everyone doesn't think that they fit in when they're a child or a teen, you know? And so then you go through all these like decisions and like all these confusing, intrusive thoughts and stuff, but then you become an adult and you're gonna like look back on it and you're gonna be like, bruh, what the frick was wrong with me? This is why children do not have rights, because they're too stupid to decide for themselves, and especially the world. If your child has gender dysphoria, it is your responsibility to prove to them that they are born in the body that they are meant to be in. Allah has made you perfectly, and there's no reason to change that. Transitioning just means that you are weak. I'm going to tell you how it is. Yeah, you're weak if you have transitioned. Because like I said, you need to learn to love yourself, and you'll be better off learning to love yourself than to suppress all of those feelings and be something that you're not. You need to take action and go through a path of self-improvement and, actually make yourself feel great about how you live your life. Transitioning is just that shortcut that seems like a good idea, but people only talk about the positive things. Nobody ever talks about the negative things. There are pros and cons to being trans, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I have seen more cons than there are pros.
I think some people are afraid. They want to seem perfect. They want to make sense to cis people. Because sometimes when cis people are confused, they can be violent. And so we all feel like, well, I gotta make sense. It's gotta be in a row, it's gotta be a narrative, it's gotta have beginning, middle, and end, it's gotta whatever. I can't set the movement back. Did you ever feel that way?
Oh my gosh, I felt like I've set the movement back many a time.
Did you ever stop to consider that you showed something beautiful?
I think that's just gotta be normalized. I'm so much happier because I think for all that time leading up that I wasn't living my trans woman truth, I was getting farther away from being perfect.
One small issue: transness is an ideology. This rhetoric that you're born in the body that you weren't meant to be in is complete bull poopy. And I don't know if y'all have heard of femboys or tomboys. Those exist. That doesn't mean that they're trans and they're born in the wrong body. There are some women that are very masculine, and then there's some men that are very feminine. I am very feminine. I act a lot like a woman sometimes. But that doesn't mean I was supposed to be a woman. It just means that I have no father. Completely different thing. And there's a lot of women that say they feel like they're a dude because of how masculine they are. But me, personally, I'm more feminine as a man than they are masculine as a woman. And they still decide to transition. And they're like a dude or like a non-binary person, and they still act like a woman. It's very strange. Women are horrible actors, but then you see like Jeffrey and Dylan Mulvaney, they act a lot like women. They're very good actors. They act very quirky and fluttery and all that. And they're very good at playing this character. You know why? Because they have autism. Okay? They have a mental illness in it. That's what gender dysphoria is. Believe it or not, it's a thing that isn't really taken that seriously nowadays, because instead of being taken to a hospital or a therapist to have someone convince you that you're meant to be in the body that you're in, people are told, oh yeah, don't worry about it. You're not in the body that you're meant to be in. You're actually this. So go ahead and be that thing. Be something that you're not because you know it's going to make you more happy. But in reality, a lot of people don't notice this, but they end up becoming more miserable because they don't know how to deal with problems properly. They're a weak-minded individual, and they suppress their insecurities instead of dealing with them. Now, you all know about the Chris from MrBeast thing where he transitioned and stuff, and you're hearing all about it everywhere, and I'm like late to this whole situation by like 2 weeks, I know. But my take on it is he shouldn't have transitioned because now his son that is with his divorced wife has no father figure. If there's like visitation rights, he's not going to have a father. He's going to have a dommy mommy or whatever. And people have theorized that maybe Chris and his wife divorced because of his gender dysphoria throughout their relationship. He sees himself as a woman on the inside, and she's just like, nah, you're not having that in front of my child. I'm out of here. So then his mental health just kind of deteriorates, and then eventually he decides to be a she-they. And then here we are. Would this hurt MrBeast's brand? It depends on how you're looking at it. If you're a based and red-pilled conservative like me and everyone else around you, then, you know, you'll see it as a problem because MrBeast has a very big audience of children, and they're very impressionable, so I would prefer it if there was not a trans person in MrBeast's videos and stuff. But if you're a liberal, a blue person, you know, then you would see it as a good progressive thing, and it's going to teach kids good morals to not be discriminative against people that are different from you, and, you know, always have trans friends. If you see a trans person, be nice to them. All that stuff, all that normal stuff. So it's kind of hard to say if it would really, you know, destroy his brand, his character. Just don't have Chris in all of the videos. If there's a video where Chris isn't in it, then I guess that's a very epic video. If Chris is in it, then just don't make it your whole personality, okay? Like, honestly, that's all I ask. Transition, but please stop making it your whole personality. Like, I would not be making these, like, based and red-pilled transphobic videos if you all would just shut the frick up about your transitioning and just be a normal person and pretend that it never happened. Because if you want to pretend that you're something you're not, then why are you shedding light on the fact that you were something else before what you are now? If you want to be a woman, say you're a woman, not a trans woman. Why do you have to say that you're trans when you want to be that thing so badly? I don't understand. Everyone just wants attention all the time. I guess that's going to conclude it for today's video. I wanted to cover multiple topics because all of this stuff, they could make their own video. But if I made videos for all these topics within like 3 weeks, then all of it would be irrelevant and there would just be no point in making the video. So I made a kind of Fox News style episode today for you all to enjoy. It's extra long, and I hope you've all learned something today. Follow the Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, join the Discord server, sub to the second channel, we got the podcast going on, you know, and join the Bloody Discord server if you want to have conversations about any of this in there and all that, yeah. All engagement on this video would be appreciated. You can comment down below and all that, you can like, subscribe, share the video, I don't know. All of y'all are like, oh my gosh, you're so underrated. Okay, like, subscribe, and share my videos, I don't know, yeah. I guess that's about it then. Follow all the social media, bye-bye.